where I left off last time, I think I had a URL for the front end, and I confirmed that I could actually get to that URL. No HTTPS? What if I just throw that on the front? Oh, okay, it's there. You just have to explicitly say it. Alright. So, there is my index. That's my very first page there. So, I mentioned it in the last one. I'll go ahead and just mention it again. I am no front-end wizard. I would definitely not say that. So this is all going to be pretty new to me. Yeah. We'll leave the hello world, and then let's make a new one for, well, I guess first, let me bring up the different pages that we wanted to make. So you have sign in, sign up, reset password, profile, show stats, and I will also say that, where is it? This one. I do have pages in React that I was planning on basing this off of. I wasn't gonna just go from nothing. So I do have some pages that I'm trying to mock these off of, right? So from here down to here. Obviously I use like components in this, and I can't really use components in my static HTML because it's not React. So I might have to like think about this a little differently, but right, like all the Tailwind styling is there. The basic ideas are there. I'm interested to see, for example, like this line right here, this line 81, what that actually looks like. Like an on change with Tailwind. And maybe it's just going to be vanilla JavaScript, but maybe it'll be Tailwind. Sorry, not Tailwind, Alpine, right? Yeah, Alpine. Yeah, so we'll see what that looks like. But for now, I know I'm going to need a couple files, so I'm going to start writing them with the hello world. HTML is the boilerplate, right? So I know I'm going to need, well, what's it called? I'm going to need a profile, sign in, sign up, or I can just have sign in, sign up. Do I want a URL slash, I mean, that's easy. I can change that whenever. It doesn't matter that much. So I'll just make a sign in, sign up. I'll do a reset password page. I'll do a profile page. I'll do a verified page. So those are the ones that I need. Let's see. We want to write site sign in, site sign up, verify, profile, and we want a reset password. What does that look like? So we have our sign in, sign up, reset password, profile. I did the verify, and then we're going to need site statistics per site ID, which is, oh, that's a good, I don't know if you can do like wildcards with HTML or with this setup, like with S3 and um, um, with S3 and CloudFront. I don't know if you can do that, right? Because the idea would be, let's say I had, um, pull up Insomnia, it has all that information. Right, so I have a site, and this is my ID, right? One thing I might want to do is go to stats/my ID. But this is like a parameter. It's not, and I don't know if, I don't believe that S3 would be able to handle that. I don't know. I guess one thing I could do is make this one more JavaScript heavy and just do stats. And then when you go to stats, it pulls from your, well, it has like your profile and stuff, and it would pull from your, I guess the first call it would do is get site. And then you would be able to see what you own, what you're an admin over, what you write, and what you read. So it would be able to pull all of these sites, and then it could populate a list, and then you click on that site and it makes another API call. I guess the only downside to all of that would be you can't just have a link to a site. That would be the only downside. Um, yeah, that would be the only downside. I don't know. Let's see. Can you do S3 web hosting with path parameter? I'm sure someone's done it. REST APIs and S3 proxy. Maybe slug is the right word. I guess slug was the keyword I needed. No, I don't want redirects. So it's much different. Did GitHub like change the styling of all this? Kind of looks like it. Yeah. This is Next.js though. You know, maybe that's just not a thing. Yeah, maybe it's just not a thing. Mm-hmm. What is it called? Is it not called a slug? CloudFront will be better. CloudFront slug. So maybe I could do it with CloudFront functions. Another option, which might be easier, if instead I leave it similar to this, but just stats, then I can do something like site ID equals, and then the GUID. I could do that as well. I think that might be better. I think that might be better. So let me add that to the README actually, because I hadn't thought about what that would look like. So this is not correct. Site ID per site. Per site ID. Okay. So it's just, yeah, statistics. So these are all like, these are all Crow API pages. I'm just gonna have to write those. I guess if someone wants to use this and not use Crow, you will have to change around the code in those pages. Unfortunately, I'm not savvy enough with the front end to be able to write that for you. And I think that a lot of authentication services are unique in how they work with these flows. So I know that if you use like Auth0 or Octa, well, I guess it's all Okta now, they probably have like helpers for all of this stuff. So you would just have to change the front end is all if you wanted to use this with your own auth. But the profile, that should be fairly easy, and this will show sites. So this corresponds to slash sites into stats and stats by site ID. What about this one? Because that's actually wrong. Because this is site ID stats. So this would also have to do with this and that. Yeah. So once I get the profile done, well, this might also be. There. So the profile shows the sites, and you'll get a list of sites, and that'll be the same as the statistics. And then when you're in your profile and you click on a site, then you'll get the information corresponding to this, where in the future you will be able to add admins, add writers, and add readers. Then when you go to stats, it will also call this, because unfortunately I won't have global state because I won't be using React and Redux, or some other global state manager. So we'll make that call again, and then it will correspond to this. So once you pick the site ID, then it can just call stats, and then you'll get all of this. So I think that's how that's going to work. Like I said, I'm no front end wizard, so this is all semi new to me. Yep. All right. Unfortunately, I think this is what's going to take up the bulk of my time, at least for now. And then, yeah, it will. And I also need some sort of way to like add in, right? Because my sign up, verify, sign, all that stuff, I'm going to need my Crow auth, client ID, and client secret. So I'm going to need some way to like almost Jinja template those, and then yeah. Maybe it was a bad idea to do vanilla JavaScript or vanilla HTML and JavaScript. Yeah, see, I know Jinja is a big one. I've heard of handlebars before, but I think that's an HTML only thing. I don't think that's a. I guess I'm thinking like pre-processing, right? So in sign in, for example, if I want something like, this is my pro auth client ID, and then client ID. And if I want that to be dynamically found, I guess it'd be from here. If I want that to be dynamically found by some sort of templating engine and injected based on the value that I have in config, where config is this guy. I don't know how I do that. Let's see. I don't know if it's called pre-processing or if I'm just making this up. Aha! What is slant? I've never heard of slant. Pug. Slim, handlebars? Oh, maybe it is handlebars. Maybe I'm just out of the loop on what handlebars actually is. Hmm. Okay, so maybe jade. And I'll say maybe handlebars. Um, whoa. That's kind of that's kind of weird. I also don't like that their example is vape juice are amazing. Um, Smoking things. Oh, maybe this is a reference to something else. I'll give it a chance. I like that they just hid that in there real quiet. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if that would necessarily support what I'm trying to do. What is smoking things? I don't know. Minimal templating on steroids. Oh, is it called mustache? Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe mustache is the HTML stuff that I was thinking. I don't know about that. Can you be like a getting started or something? Live demo, maybe that'll be it. Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking. But too uppercase. I mean, this is close to what I was thinking. Um, Copy is YAML. Maybe I was thinking of mustache. Okay. Um, okay, yeah. I think this is what I was thinking of. And it's mustache JS. Okay. Oh, I guess it's just mustache is just kind of like a language format or a template format, and it works great with Vim. All right. Um, oh, there's logic in it. Interesting. Um, and then it's just someone writes like a, I guess a transpiler. It's kind of like TypeScript where you write something, run it through its own little transpiler, and it turns it into another language. In this case, HTML. So it's close to handlebars. I don't know why I thought it was handlebars because I definitely handlebars was like stuck in my mind, but this is not what I was thinking of. Um, Web browser, server side environments. Mustache. What if I have? Yeah, I want something like this. Oh, interesting. So you can take a Interesting. You can take like a static site, add this little bit of JavaScript into it, and make it somewhat dynamic. So there's the script, and that'll add in the name. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's interesting. Hmm. I was thinking more pre-processing though. I wasn't thinking like, yeah. Mustache. Interesting. Um, I'm not exactly sure this is what I'm looking for, but I think it's closer. I was thinking it would be like a. Ah, okay, here we go. Can I just like parse up a file? Just a full file? Who does use this? I am curious. Okay, decent amount of companies. Okay, looks like they messed something up there. Um, it is fairly popular, so that's good too. The manual. Let's see what we got. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is better. I mean, I definitely don't want to write it all myself, but I guess you could probably. There's got to be a way to like feed an HTML file into this stuff. Like, I just want a quick little script that runs, pre-processes it, and then I guess I could do that in the. Let's see. Where am I could do it in here, like import mustache. Um, I guess maybe here to do pre-process with mustache, and then that would right because I have the path, so I could go to that path, pre-process all of the files, all of the HTML, like read them in, render them, and then write them back. Let's see. Mustache JS render HTML file. I mean, there's got with that many stars, like they've got to be other people here that that do this. I mean, I guess it's not hard. I just have to read the file in, and then probably that's what gets written out. So I would have, uh, instead of this being like HTML, I would want this as like HTML.mustache, I guess. And then in here, let's see, I've done this before, I just don't know where. Is it, I think it was in here. What did I use to parse? Was it this? Where am I? Reader, and then I only used it 3 places? Oh my. So this is a function. Okay. And then the children for each child. 1 second. Okay. So I would probably want to. Oops. How do I? Is it? I don't remember what the command is to hop to a tab. So what I was thinking is to make it a little more dynamic and not just have to like script in these path names. I could just read the files from the path. If it has a dot mustache on the end of it, then I read it in and spit it back out as an HTML file. Or maybe even better, I'll have like a site templates folder. So is it this? Okay, site templates, and then this will have site.html. Except that this one will be, oh whoops, I got the wrong. It's called signin.html. This will be the same, except that this is the template and this will be overwritten. Let's do that. So I know that I'll need save dev fsc. I'll use that same kind of this. I'll use this same kind of approach. So in my directories, I want the file types Um, and that gets used, and then we have children for each. Okay, so this will be. I guess I need this to be a. I don't know what the. Let's just do site templates. Files. Now this would probably have to turn into a function. As more files as right, because right now this is going to work because I have like a flat structure, right? It's just going to be whatever the domain name is /page. I don't have multiple slashes, right? And S3 is going to follow whatever that is. So if I want something that's in a deeper path, then I'm going to have to I'm going to have to change that around. This is going to, yeah, this is right. I'm going to have to change that around so that this is assuming that everything's flat. Once it's not flat, once it has deeper paths, then I'm going to have to come back through and write it a little better. Where's FSC? Oh, it's called FS Extra. Whoops. Get rid of that. FS Extra, not FSE. Okay. That's better. There's FS Extra, and then that's going to read the directory. And then for each file, in each file, I've written something about this before. It's this one. Yeah, with file IO. So I will say I do know that FS Extra it's the same API as FS, just better. So I can read it like this. And, oops, was that, did I have to like manually construct the paths? New directory path? Yes, I did. Okay. That's what I was checking. So, child path, or let's call file path, is equal to, oops. How do I, oh, I see. So it only does this, it knows it's a child if it's a verb. That's how. And then it's done, and then it knows where the files are. I don't know if I can make those assumptions here. So this is going to be templates. Alright, I'll just call it like parent directory to make it easier to turn it into a function later on. And then this is going to be parent directory slash, right? I did a slash. Yeah. File. Alright, there's the new file path, and we read it. No. File should be a dot HTML. Otherwise, it's a directory. And that's how I'll know whenever I'm parsing this out. Whenever I have deeper things, so whenever I have deeper paths. So there's the contents, and then I guess I also need save dev. Is it just called mustache? Yeah, it's just mustache. Cool. New. Did the wrong commands there. So the contents, I want to do a static page is equal to, no, dang it, mustache dot render contents. I guess I'm gonna call it template view. Oh, I guess that'd be like the config. Template values. So then I also, I know I've done this before. There. So I need path as well. There's path. Well, that should be at the top, I guess. It's kind of nasty that I have all the whatever. I don't really care. I do care. Import as path from path. Is that right? Hope that's right. We're gonna go with it. And I want that here too. I hope that works. If not, I'll just change it back. But so there's my config, and in my config, I want to pull out so I'm gonna have something called template values. And what's wrong with that? Oh, okay, there we go. I will have something, we'll just call it client ID for now, and this is going to be ASDF for the time being, and then I want to pull that out of here. and they're on my template values. So there's my static page, and then when I'm done with the static page, I want to write it back. Oops. The file path will be different. Okay, let's call this template path, and then we'll have an HTML path, and that is, instead of parent directory, we're going to call this template directory. And then we're going to have an HTML directory. And that's just going to be site. And we'll change that in here as well. So there's the HTML directory. Okay. There's the HTML path, and we're going to write it there, and it's going to be the static page. Will this work? I do not know. But if we synth it, that should run through all of this code, and we should know pretty quickly. Yeah. Oh, I should probably save this over here. No, we got some problems. Oh, I need to install types. Who knows if it even has it? I want to save them if they do exist. I thought there was. Is there a mustache for TypeScript? What's it? Where is it? It's JavaScript. Does it say TypeScript? No, it doesn't. Anything about TypeScript in here? Script? Aha! They do have types. Well done. Alright. So those are installed, and then cannot find an FS. Oh, that was my fault. FS. There. Okay. I just hadn't imported FS, but oops. I just had to import the file system package. If this synths, darn it. Oh, parent directory, and I still had an FS in there. Where? Line 14. Oh. And then there's parent directory somewhere. That's template directory. No more parent. Okay. Let's synth it. If it'll actually like update it, I'd be tempted to just call it there for there today, since I got the templating working. And so the good thing is, or what I wanted out of all this. Now, oh, nice. Let's see if it updated. Sign in. It did not. Does it have to be like that? I don't know. Let's see. Where's the template values? Yeah, now that I have templating done, that'll allow me to um, put config values into the HTML. It's easy with code because I can just use environment variables. Oh, nothing printed. Does it not? Maybe it's not reading anything. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, because I'm looking for directories. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm only looking for directories. What was I saying? Oh yeah, now I can, with code it's pretty easy to add in config just through environment variables because those can be written by code very easily. But once you do it with HTML and you're not a front end wizard, then, and especially if I'm not using React, because if I'm using a JavaScript heavy framework, then I could just read that config and it'll pretty much template it for me. Um, but I've never used a templating language like this before. So this is all new. So I don't think I actually read the files in here. And then we mapped it to any. I think I want this to be not a directory. Is there an is file? Is that a thing? Let's see. Node fs reader. Just go straight to the source. There should be like a reader sync. Maybe there's not. Maybe that's only FSC. Whoops. Node.js fs No, maybe I just didn't see it. Oh yeah, it's there. Reader. Is it? Okay. There it is. And what does this return? It returns strings or directory entries. If with file types is set to true, it will be a directory entry. And that has the is directory function or is file. So instead of doing this, what I can do is file. And if it's a file, then what can I do? If it's a file. Can I do name? Can I do dot name? Is that a thing with files? Or the file type? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is. So we're just gonna say it's a file, and I want to log the file because I know that's not getting called, but now I want to make sure that it's actually reading that directory correctly. It wasn't before. Okay, there we go. So now there's going to be a weird swap file in here. Oops. Oh, there's not a swap file in here. Interesting. But it did update this. So it's working now. That's nice. So, let me, I'm, I'm trying to decide whether or not I should even have the site folder. Like if I should just, I'll just add it to the README for now. And site templates folders. And gotta keep links for everything here. Started. Let's see. We need an npm install, we need a cdk synth, and we need a cdk deploy all. It just runs in config.json as needed. Put a semicolon at the end of the line. What is it called? Template values. What is it called? Presentation. Oh. we'll leave it like that. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. A little more information in the README. We got the HTML templating done, so that should help with some key things that I'll need to do. Mostly surrounding some of the authentication stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there for today. So um, thanks for watching. Um, Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, or if you want to use this. I'd be more than happy to help anyone set up, especially if you use this newly written getting started section. Please give me feedback if that isn't actually what happens, and if there's more that needs to happen. Um, I'm new to doing the open source stuff, but I would really hope that, or I do hope that people use it, and I hope that especially early adopters give me some feedback um, so that I can have an idea of what I need to change and do better. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.